men podcasting and being dramatic.
Is this the casting couch? I didn't know. Eddie Murphy played 7 or 10 characters.
And doesn't have an Oscar.
Yeah.
Like, no one watched this movie. Let's give them the award.
Who doesn't want beef with 50? I wish I had beef with 50.
Gay!
Whoa!
What is actually wrong with somebody being gay?
Hi, everybody. I'm Kim Osorio. We are here on one of the first episodes of What Just Happened. And I have an esteemed panel with me here today, a panel of men. And so somehow I get put in these situations where I'm the only woman all the time. So let me start by going to my right first to introduce none other than Mr. Commodore.
How you doing?
I'm so excited to be here today. I really wanted to get casted into one of your skits. I did. All right,
you
cool.
didn't have to come to audition.
I don't have
you
to come?
Have to, no.
Really?
Yeah.
So you hold auditions?
Yeah.
We're going to get into that later on. We're going to get into a lot of that. But, you know, I want to open this conversation up by allowing everybody to introduce themselves and tell our audience. Alex is laughing.
Is this the casting couch? I didn't know.
Alex is laughing.
I ain't know it was the casting couch.
Yes.
Casting couch is crazy.
I want to change my whole career after what I've been through. I just want to change my whole career. Okay.
My bad. I'm messing around. My name is Alex Babbitt. What's up? I'm a stand-up comedian.
What's happening? My name is Keith White. I'm an attorney in Brooklyn.
Keith, what are you doing here?
I'm just hanging out with y'all.
As an attorney.
I'm just listening to y'all.
Is it
chat.
fun being an attorney?
Yeah, of course.
Every attorney I know hates their job.
Yeah?
Yes. Do you love your job? What type of law do you practice?
I do litigation. So I do federal litigation, I do trials, I do criminal work,
We definitely
and
need to
civil
talk
work.
after this.
So we've met, actually. We've
Me
talked.
and you?
Yes.
Where? Was I mean to you?
No.
Okay, good.
No.
Where did
my
we meet?
good friend represented you. My good friend, God bless the dead.
Kenneth Thompson.
Kenneth Thompson.
Let's
Shout out
clap
to
it up for
Kenneth.
Ken Thompson,
Yes.
former
Kenny.
Brooklyn DA, attorney extraordinaire. Yes.
Legendary attorney.
Yes.
Legendary attorney.
Yes.
My good friend, and I'm still great with Lushawn and the kids. So.
Nice.
But yeah,
And I
so
love Lushawn.
we met in that context.
So then it doesn't count because
Yes.
that was 20 years ago?
We also met later on through my sister Arkell Cox, who is developing a show with Mark Sparks.
You were there?
Yes, we met.
Did y'all meet?
Yeah. Y'all niggas know each other.
That's why when she walked in, I was like, "Hey," and she was like, "I'm on the phone." Nah, but it's all good.
I apologize.
But it's all good.
that
But
we've met a
also,
couple
but
of
also,
times.
Not a couple. He went to your
Was you wearing your face?
Well, I definitely don't remember anybody that was at my wedding.
But also, I swim super low, so I keep it super
Ah.
low. So, but yeah, we met a couple
Wow.
times.
Well, it's nice to meet you
good to see you.
again.
Yes.
It's good to see you.
That was
Yes.
cool as
Yes.
hell, by the way.
It
I
was
want to
a-
go acknowledge. I swam super low. Who talk like that?
Right.
Cool.
But
swam super
But
low.
I love that, because some people, believe it or not, get offended when you don't remember them.
I get that all the time.
I bet you do.
That's why I'm laughing, because people met me mad times.
Right.
And
Right.
Like,
And you get,
I don't retain you.
I might have met and took a picture, shook their hand, and they thought we met, and it's like, I did that with like 100 people that night.
that's the
We
thing.
didn't
But
have a conversation.
social media also vexes that experience because people may see you all the time. Everything goes viral, and so they may feel like they know you just off of the humble.
Because you're in their house
Right.
all day, every day.
Yeah.
We met.
And a lot of times it takes like a personal connection for me
Yeah.
to remember, like to commit to memory, like, oh, I know that person.
Yeah.
Right.
But, like you
So
meet
we
so
met
many
in
people.
2 separate meetings. I never forget
you're just gonna
meeting
keep
people,
this-
but we didn't.
Yes, you're going to keep this going. You're going to keep this going.
Yeah.
I got it.
He got autism or
Two
something.
separate-
It's fun to
Two
watch.
separate meetings.
Yeah. His
Wow.
autism is going crazy right now.
Wow, right.
That's crazy.
Right.
He said autism.
My
So-
bad.
So, and then just you being an attorney for me, like, because I have a lot of, what?
I'm just enjoying this.
I'm glad you are.
I am.
So let's move on to you.
Yeah.
No, this is
No, Alex,
no.
let's talk about, do you remember everybody that you meet, Alex?
Absolutely not.
You do?
I don't retain anybody.
There you go.
No.
There you
I don't
go.
even try to.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
Yeah, why? What's the point?
What is the
You're
point?
not in my family. I know a good
Wow.
50 people, bro. and 20 of them were born around me.
So the next time I see you,
I will
we're
not.
gonna
Nope.
remember each other. So don't even
Nope.
say hi. And
Not
that's
even-
my position too. When I'm outside,
Yeah.
my position is don't speak to me because I'm not gonna remember you unless you want to come up and be like, hey.
One of these.
Yeah, exactly.
That's yours.
Yeah, but I don't expect me to remember.
I don't even trip.
And then as you get older, it's like, how are you gonna keep remembering all this stuff? It's a lot. It's a
Yeah.
lot of information to retain.
Yes.
I dig it.
Yeah. But I will not forget you from this point on.
But also, it's okay.
Right.
It's
And that's
okay.
what I like.
It's okay.
I like that
Yeah, I'm
it's
not
okay
tripping.
because
Yeah.
I feel bad sometimes when people be like, oh, you met me and
You don't have to feel bad. with
Don't.
me.
I can't remember.
I'm cool.
Yeah, nah.
My autism is off.
Yeah, it's flared up, baby.
Oh my
But
goodness.
I'm under the radar. I just wish I talked as cool as you, bro. I'm a hater. I love that.
It's all good.
What are we talking about today?
Right. So regardless of, because we could just talk about whatever.
Yeah.
And that's how I like to do shows, but there's actually a run-up show that I'm supposed to follow. So I'll just, but
right.
like, I don't know, like off the top of my head, because I really want to talk about a lot of things here today, but I guess, well, what do you guys want to talk about? Because we could just nix that run a show and just go into stuff. We could just, listen, they're going to come in, they'll cut in, they'll be like, y'all supposed to be talking about this, but what do y'all want to really talk about? Because that's what I want to know.
Well, I don't really talk much. I spend a lot of time alone, so
You do?
I don't really have conversations
Really?
with other people. Like I don't get to have a lot of conversations with people. I be alone a lot, so I
So
talk
I
to
gotta
myself
admit
a
something
lot.
to you.
I'm
And I'm looking at you. I can't hear anything you're saying. All I hear is that music that plays on your skin. It's
That shit is
all I
crazy.
You
hear.
see a whole reenactment right
That's
now.
all I see right now.
And
Like,
all I'm waiting for is fresh out. Ain't
Right.
nothing to go back.
Yeah,
I'm just
he's
waiting for
definitely
that.
not here.
Yeah.
There's no orange do-rag, no glasses.
yeah,
He's
like
definitely not here.
I just hear
and that's
that.
a character.
Yeah.
I just
Nigga
hear
want to
that.
be
He
him
lives on the
so
internet.
bad, bro. Yo, be you, bro. I don't want to meet none of them niggas.
Yeah,
Who are you?
I don't. I just want to.
What's your name?
I'm Ty.
What's up, Ty?
What's going
Good to
on,
meet you,
Al?
man.
Know
Ty's
what I
here
mean?
today. Fuck who y'all
That's
think y'all
great.
met.
Look who y'all
great.
think the nigga
Yeah.
is on the internet. This is me.
This is you.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
you.
That's what's up.
Ty,
this-
you got a last name?
Commodore.
Ty Commodore.
Yep.
Wow.
T-Dubs. That's what I'm going to call you.
That's my real last name.
Ty?
Commodore.
Commodore.
name
I'm
I use- the name I
confused.
use on social
I
media.
can't remember anything. I'm
Mr.
like,
Commodore,
wait,
that's really me.
you're really Mr. Commodore.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I didn't make that up.
No.
And super funny.
Yeah.
It is.
Thank you.
It is, yeah.
That's dope.
All right.
So we talking about the Oscars?
There you go. Can we get some cue
Right.
cards?
I didn't have a tangent. I didn't have
Listen, I was trying to get a segue in. I
Right.
was trying to somebody to like give me a card of like a reminder of.
don't got
But
a
the
cue card?
Oscars are tonight.
Right.
Sinners got a gazillion. Did y'all see Sinners?
Yeah.
Everybody saw Sinners.
Yeah.
That, don't say it like like who do you think you're talking to? You panel black man. Of course we
Come
saw
on,
Sinners.
brother.
Right. Of course. Of course. It was a great movie.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. What did you think?
I enjoyed it.
How many? It got 16 Oscar nods.
15 nods.
16 nods. I can't. Don't ask me to name the categories because I don't know. But I'm sure it's Best Director, Best Actor, Michael B. Jordan. We could talk about that because he's like the face of Black Hollywood, right?
Right.
So what did you guys think of his performance? Do you think he's got it? Do you think this is a sweep tonight?
Yeah, he got it. He got it.
He got it?
I think it should be a sweep, but it probably won't be.
Right.
It should be, though. Like, I've learned to appreciate actually how much acting he did. Because, when you see a person like a Eddie Murphy, for example, play multiple characters, it's so good. You just be like, oh, this is just good.
Right.
But then when you really do the research, found out he wore 2 different types of shoes.
Right.
For each character. Like, that type of effort as an
Right.
actor, that's top tier shit.
It
so
is.
I hope he wins, but you know the game. He gonna get 2.
Well, Eddie don't have an Oscar, right?
No, not
That's
from my
kinda
knowledge, but I could be
crazy.
wrong.
Don't you think that's crazy?
Yes. To play Nutty Professor, Eddie Murphy played 7 or 10 characters.
Yeah.
And doesn't have an Oscar.
Yeah.
But then there's a certain amount of years I think that goes by with the Oscars where they just feel like, it's like affirmative action years. That's not this year.
I don't think that's this year.
No?
I think that Michael B. Jordan did a great job. I think it was his best performance.
Yeah.
I think it was his best performance because of the nuance between, you were able to identify who was who in the twins.
Smoker stack.
Because of how he distinguished himself. And he also, for me, redeemed himself because he was in a movie with Jamie Foxx called Just Mercy. And I was like, I thought that Michael B. Jordan was a great actor up until that movie. When I saw that movie, I was like, Jamie Foxx bodied him. Like, he can't be in a scene with him. And so to see him come back to this and Sinners, I was like, okay, all right, now we're back to the great actor. And so I thought he killed it.
You slighted him a little
I
bit.
did a little
there.
bit.
You did.
I
I caught it, though.
But also,
you saw it, right? It was
He
like
bodied him.
Tanya
But also-
Harding at the knees.
I mean, it's Jamie Foxx though. Like, he was in scenes with Jamie Foxx where he just didn't. He should not have been in the scene with him.
Well, do you think it was a Coogler thing? Was Coogler involved in that movie? You think he has more chemistry with the directing on hand?
I think it was Jamie Foxx. I think it was just Jamie Foxx is just that.
Are you a Jamie Foxx fan?
Is Jamie Foxx your friend?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know
It
Jamie
sounded
directly?
real. It was sounding
I'm
Jamie!
thinking he actually want to go watch it to see how bad he did.
Yeah. You should watch Just Mercy.
Just because of you, I'm gonna.
Yeah. It's a good movie.
Ty likes movies. See, y'all ain't know that.
Or
about
Michael,
Shit like
yeah.
that.
Y'all
Or
ain't know
Michael
that.
B. Jordan. He caught a crazy.
I mean, he's about to win an Oscar.
You think he is?
He should.
Okay, so he's
Yeah,
got
of course.
Best Actor.
He should.
Yeah.
Right.
Out of 16, I got him. I got them at least 10 out of
He should.
16.
He has.
Ryan Coogler should
it
win. Should win
Best
Best
Director.
Director. That, like, the cinematography, the way that the film was shot, it just
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Even
just-
costume. They got to
Yeah.
be up. I hope they're up for costume.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're up
Yeah.
for costume, right?
And there's been no other movies besides what's the Timothée Chalamet movie that have been popular enough that
Right.
people are talking. Like, this shouldn't leave with nothing just because
Right.
of how much we're talking about.
But
Right.
you know what though? Popular is not really part of the standard.
Not for the
Or-
Oscars, right?
Yeah.
They
for
like the
Oscars.
obscure stuff.
Yeah.
Can we curse on here? Are we allowed to curse? Okay. They like the obscure shit, right?
Yeah.
They do. Like you just get an award for being obscure and the Oscars. It's
Don't
like,
nobody
no
know
one
this
watched
movie.
this movie. Let's give them the award. It's crazy. It's crazy.
So they do have those years where it's like, we got to do the secret, obscure, artsy film that
Right.
nobody saw. Yes,
Right.
to your
They
point.
have
They
that.
got called nigga, though. They gonna get an award. Just realized it.
Wow.
They gotta balance it out.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
They got called nigga at the BAFTAs.
Yes, but the white guilt gonna kick in.
Right.
And they gonna be like,
White guilt is not a thing. In
No,
these,
we
in
just
these
said
4
it's not
years,
the white guilt
from
year
2024 to 2028, there's no such thing as
you don't feel like white guilt?
Not yet. It goes like for what I was saying. Like
After
there's
this
like
guy gets out of office,
There's
Then
a
it's white
span.
guilt.
Yeah, white
Ah,
guilt.
shit,
Then
we
it'll
out of
come
white
in.
guilt.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Damn. Come on, white people, get your shit.
That incident's still fresh though, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And most of these, I guess, when do they decide who's getting the award?
Right,
You see
the
what I'm saying?
Oscars.
Yeah.
And who are these people that are voting?
I don't know.
That's what I want.
Is it like months in advance? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
oh, it's
like,
the Academy. It's members of the Academy
Yeah,
vote.
but that's what they say. But
Yeah.
who are the
Yeah.
members of the Academy?
Who are the members?
We'll never know.
We'll never know who they
Right.
are. It's
People
like the
who
Grammys.
did not get casted in films.
People who do not
People-
direct.
Right.
People, right. It's like, that old saying about like what you don't do, you
can't
teach.
do, teach.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I got deep.
Bars.
I do that. I do that. I do that. Well, I think, do we want to do more on Sinners? Is that good, or do we move the topic? We're editing this, right? This isn't live to tape, right? Great. Just want to make sure. Oh, okay. You don't want the work. No, let's give you the work. All right, cool. What's the next topic? Do I have to look at my run of show? Yeah, I should.
Papoose and Claressa versus.
Already? Okay.
You had to stretch for that. You gotta,
Well, Sinners, right? Yeah,
I've been
great
waiting
movie.
for the day.
Great movie. Even though it did lose me a little at the end, like it really was so artistic, so beautiful. And then at the end, it was like Django meets. I was like, what is happening here?
Yeah.
Like the story, was a little. And it was a long movie.
You mean when they were in the field fighting and stuff like that?
Yeah,
started
like when
dancing?
it all came together. When it all came together,
Okay.
there was like, because you guys remember the movie The Lost Boys?
yeah, that's my movie.
That movie, I love that movie.
That's
Too
my
young.
movie.
That's his movie.
You just excluded somebody.
Yeah. My age kicked in just now.
Yeah.
I never
Mine
seen
did
it.
too, though.
Yeah, I ain't
Yeah.
never seen that movie.
You never saw The Lost Boys?
No.
What's the Tarantino movie that Sinners really? I think I don't know
Kill
if Ryan.
Bill?
Django Unchained?
No. There was a. I'm not sure if Ryan Coogler spoke about this, but it was compared a lot to one of the Tarantino films. This is a
Pulp
bad.
Fiction?
Huh?
That's still going.
Dusk Till
Oh,
Dawn.
I've seen that one.
Oh.
That one was
What
great.
movie buff back there said that?
Dusk Till Dawn.
Dusk
We're
Till
not in the
Dawn.
room alone. Dusk Till
Yeah.
Dawn, right?
Yeah.
So the Tarantino film
Saw
Dusk Till
that.
Dawn,
Yeah.
you know, they talk. There's a lot of parallels I think that people or critics have made about
Right.
Sinners, right? So there was a lot of creative, I think, that went into just making that film.
Right.
So I mean, kudos to Ryan Coogler because I've been following his career since, you know. Again, I'm gonna
Fruitvale.
blank on Fruitvale. Thank
Fruitvale
you.
Station.
Fruitvale
Yeah.
Station.
That's
It's
a
just
good
the
movie.
age
Both
is
of them.
going right.
I'm with
Nah, I
probably
saw
the same
Yeah,
Fruitvale
like
Station.
I'm
I saw that in high
like
school.
I'm like, what's the movie? But Fruitvale Station was like an incredible film,
Yeah.
and I think the chemistry that he's had with Michael B. Jordan has really
Right.
shown.
As well as with Ludwig, his music supervisor, music producer is top notch. Like they, you know,
So
they
you
get
trying to
busy.
outsmart us here by throwing out names that we
Lord.
didn't know. You
Hey,
saw that, right?
hey.
You catch a
a
key
log
from what he's
bag.
doing.
The scoring was
Went to the
excellent in that
composers and
movie.
all that. Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
Ludwig.
Yeah.
Gotta get him in there too.
And he said it like he knew him.
like we
right?
always was like, yeah, Ludwig.
Ludwig.
Yeah, like
He
and
was
start like citing the credits and stuff, like just to let the rest of the
It's a
panel
goddamn
know.
leg cross. His
Yeah.
leg
My
is
bad, my
crossed.
bad. I'm
Listen,
just
guys.
listening.
That's
now.
where the
Yeah.
power is.
She's
It's
the
getting hot now. I
host.
think I'm-
You're the comedians, but I'm the attorney. I've done the research.
Yeah, Slugwig. Quite good.
Can't win, huh?
Sorry, Keith.
Nah, it's all good.
Sorry.
Y'all
You
go
know.
way back. You know that.
I know.
I know we go way back. I'd like to talk a little bit about all the online beefing, right? We've seen it lately. 50 has been out there. 50 against the world. 50
Niggas
versus
a menace.
everybody.
Not 50 versus T.I.
Why?
No, in terms of he's not going back and forth.
not
Who
going
doesn't
back and
want
forth
beef
with
with
T.I.
50? I wish I had beef with 50.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Why? Because it
good for
raises
business.
your
Because
algorithm.
people don't realize he's been saying this for years. If I ever put you on the spot and you got beef with me, you better be ready to market and have something to put out there and sell.
Absolutely.
Because it's just beef on the internet. It's not beef in the street. It's beef for you to
Yes.
actually. He's helping. He said,
He's
if I have
hel- he
beef
is
with
helping.
you, I'm helping you. Take advantage of that situation.
Except for Ja Rule.
Wait.
That's
So,
that's
Nah,
what's
Ja
different.
so
Rule
there
don't
was
like
no
that.
algorithm back then with the Ja Rule thing. So do you think
Nah,
that
that's real.
Yeah, he really don't like that man.
That's on
Right.
site. You seen the pillow
it's,
fight.
it's still happening?
Because they fighting in their 50s. You can't really fight no
pillow
more.
fight. You know what I
Did
mean?
you do that one yet?
Yeah, I
online?
did it. I did
How
28
did I
years.
miss that one?
Ja Rule and Uncle Murder 20 years later.
Doing
Yeah.
the oh,
Pillow
you did.
fight.
I just see it. I just
Yeah, the
see
pillow
it.
fight.
I
Yeah.
did.
They be fighting with
Ty
blood
is
pressure
here right
and
now.
all that.
I don't do sketches.
Yeah, I mean they did it.
Yeah. I did see it.
saw it?
It's been a few. So like,
Yeah.
you know, my favorite was the handshake, the Nori and the Jadakiss
Oh,
story.
the dap back.
The dap back.
Yeah.
That was my favorite, just because of the way it was told. So I think the VOs have a big, you know, part of that when you're building the story. But we'll talk about that after. I don't want to keep getting that.
Okay.
So
Beef.
I saw the
So
cue
Claressa
card.
and
I saw the
Papoose?
cue card. I was like, I'm not ready for that
Oh,
yet.
sorry,
Like, I don't
okay.
want the cue card yet.
Okay.
Well,
Lead us.
Right. So my question was going to be, when we talk about him kind of giving that alley-oop to the person, right, where now you can take it and market it, did you think that that's what he was doing with Papoose and Claressa Shields?
At one point, but now it's getting dangerous. Like I mean, Pat takes it there because he's gonna rap. He's gonna put those bars out. He's known for that. So that's my man too. I know he's gonna take it there because he's a rapper.
Right.
He's gonna go in there, make a song, and make sure he put that song out, video out, so he can basically market himself and bring everything back to him for the chance. Because you know a lot of people sleep on Pap, so
Right.
he gotta make that moment hot for the chance. Claressa, on the other hand.
She protected
She don't gotta fight. She don't gotta fight. She shouldn't respond so much. I feel like sometimes you could be ruining your sponsorships. You are athletic.
Right.
You got Nike. You got a lot of deals on the table as an athletic, and you're the leading woman boxer. So it's like sometimes she shouldn't just be in the comments and nothing.
But she
shouldn't.
says she's going to sue him. The latest has been that Claressa is going to sue 50 Cent for the accusations or the alleged
allegations saying that she
relationship.
slept with a dude named Bud, but at the end of the day, 50 never said that. If you read the caption, he said, "Pat, ask your girl what was she doing with someone." So he actually, when you talking about 50, Dad, like he's not gonna say exactly what he knows.
He's not going to make a
Not
factual
direct
allegation.
He's gonna say something,
Which is
aiming
what
at it.
defamation. You can only
Well,
sue
let's-
for
So
defamation.
it could be a. That's why they say now it could be a cross counter sue, because like he can actually sue her because he called 50 gay
He did.
She
that.
did?
But also being
and said he has a disease. She said that.
She said that?
Yes.
So Keith,
Okay,
I
so
mean,
being
now
So
this
the
is your
disease-
The
segue.
lawyer about to go crazy.
help us out.
I'm not gonna go crazy, but I'm gonna just say this: the saying somebody has a disease, there is a question of fact about whether or not
Spreading-
that
spreading
you can say that that's
false narrative,
defamation.
yeah.
But saying somebody's gay is actually not defamatory.
It's hate.
Really?
It's hate.
So
hate
that
crime.
it's not a hate.
You just walk around like gay. No, I'm not.
Whoa.
Right, but if you call
Making me
someone
look bad.
gay, it's not considered derogatory because what is actually wrong with somebody being gay,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, true.
So,
Well, what if your business was built on being so masculine, like
It's
a
scaring the
50 Cent?
hoes. You can't sue
So
somebody for
now,
scaring the hoes.
by saying that you're, gay, right? If you've built your whole career on masculinity, are you damaging my reputation by calling me gay?
So
This is we're in the court.
right, I get you. So defamation is making a statement of fact that is derogatory, that is that's negative, right? And so being gay inherently is not
Right.
negative. Now, if you build up a persona, that's not necessarily a negative statement about your persona. That's just the antithesis of your persona. I think it's important. Like, there's not going to be any lawsuits between.
You don't think
Claressa-
that she's really going to follow
I
suit?
don't think any serious attorney is gonna take any case between them because it's online internet banter, and that's how the courts will be looking at a lot of this stuff.
But he's very litigious. He does file a lot of suits just in terms of,
But he doesn't file
the Tierra Marie-
frivolous lawsuits. He files
right, he files
when there's real
legitimate,
claims to make.
real claims.
She sued him and then actually had a loss, and now she has to pay him back.
The Tierra Marie
She still hasn't
stuff.
paid him back.
Right. That was a.
Yeah, that 30,000 turned to 50,000.
But there were some legal.
50 stays
It's
very
just-
legally sharp.
Exactly.
Right. He's
Yeah.
got some. You think he's got some sharp lawyers in his
Yeah, I
corner.
mean, why wouldn't he? I mean,
Right.
you have a lot to protect. So you want
Right.
to make sure that.
Well, the more money you have, the better lawyers you can get.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So for
Absolutely.
So for
Yeah.
her, let's just say in that situation, when we talk about Tierra Marie, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
I think there was some issues with representation, and she had a lawyer that ended up dropping out, and then she didn't show up. So there's a lot of stuff I think.
That's a part. That's an important part of litigation. You need to have the resources to
Right.
keep up a case.
Right.
And so you can get defaults. There's something called Rule 11 sanctions if you don't bring the claim and continue to prosecute it. I don't want to get into the weeds on legal stuff because it's
But
boring.
when you don't get into the weeds on legal stuff, the internet goes crazy.
Right.
And you
The
can-
internet goes crazy because they
Yep.
don't know,
Right.
right? So I think it's a big deal when we're talking about these type of things to explain, right? That's why we
Right.
have a lawyer here, not just
Not
to-
really.
not just. No,
He didn't say, hey, come be a lawyer on the show. He was just like, hey, come kick
I'm
it.
telling you, come be a lawyer
All
on
right.
the show.
Yeah.
All right.
Because
Shit.
in,
And we
in
practically
essence,
cousins because we go back.
'Cause
some
we go
years.
back
All right,
So
this
go ahead.
dynamic
Yeah.
is switched
I
a
know.
couple times.
I know. I'm gonna be quiet now.
Would you want your shorty, your partner, to like defend you the way Papoose girl is?
No.
That's a
No.
good question.
That is a good question.
I don't want my woman in no situation that
With
a
another man
the
being-
man can't handle. Like, I'm good. Like, I need you to relax. Like, go back to work or go.
Yeah.
Come on,
Lot-
Alex. Where you going
No,
with this?
I
Where you
wonder.
going with it?
I don't want.
No,
I don't
you
want,
trying to
I
toss
don't want
it to
my
us.
because I think about it this way. I don't want my shorty giving any dude this kind of energy. It's too much. Because I feel like if she give him that kind of energy, he could get her. I'm sick.
That is a sick
If
way
my
of
girl is
thinking.
arguing with another man for that long, if things hit the fan with me, she will leave with that nigga.
That's what you think is happening
Yes.
right there?
I don't think it's happening, but I
think
know
you
it
should-
can.
I think you should play that out because I mean that's a really distinct line of reasoning.
Yes,
How
it
do you
is.
get there?
You don't
How did she get from beefing with somebody to being with somebody?
Because one,
Being with him or being with the guy that she's being accused of being with, because that's the question right now
There
up
you
in
go.
the air, because there's too much going back and forth. Now if my girl, if somebody got dirt and somebody got dirt on my girl saying she was with somebody else and my girl's online explaining herself, now I got a question like, why you going so
Yeah, why you
hard?
going this hard?
Did it or didn't?
Yeah.
And then dude is actually saying, yes, I was in your house,
Right.
in the pool. I picked the bed out with the TV going up. I'm going to get my girl, like, you're not my girl no more. Like, why does he know about the bed with the TV in our room? Like,
We just got this.
we don't even know about that. Like, how does he know?
And she
Why
explained
is
to
50
herself
saying
with a
check the
whiteboard.
ring
Yeah.
camera?
No, but if you follow, he couldn't have been here.
And 50 act, yo, tell your girl, yo, check your girl's ring camera. What?
When he know you got the ring camera?
How you know we got a ring?
Yeah, I don't trust it.
You
I
don't.
trust
There's a lot going on.
Too much energy.
There is a lot of stuff going on in
Yeah.
that situation.
Yeah. Do you like him? Why you talking this?
I really like Papoose and I really like Claressa, but I also like 50, and I feel like
So you like all three of them?
I hope that that it's
Like
just
a menage. It
play.
was very weird.
He
right?
did separate everyone.
I'm saying I hope that it's all
So
play.
you didn't catch that.
He didn't leave
So
none
you
out.
like all three of them?
You said so you like 3?
Nah, I'm saying I hope that it's all just like for play. They're just
Right.
like, you
Nah,
know.
they not.
It's not gonna go further than the internet, as hopefully it won't
Yeah.
go into the courtroom.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna stay there.
Papoose was rapping in a
I just
staircase.
hate how they be calling each other pussies and all that like that.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
I'm not used to playing like
and
that.
putting the
Yeah.
dead mothers in there. I don't like when they play
Dead
with
mother
the
is
dead
rough.
mothers and all that. Like,
Okay, so that
Using
really, I don't
50
think that was a
Papoose didn't-
Papoose.
Papoose-
No,
No,
that
no,
was,
no, but
that was
still, like-
T.I.'s son.
yeah.
Yeah, the T.I.
Bringing the dead
one.
mother and all
Yeah.
that in there is
That was a
crazy.
lot.
Yeah.
Great
That was a
bars,
lot.
but rough to see.
Damani's song is actually a good
It's really
song.
good.
You
Yeah.
like, so you guys in that situation, 50 hasn't answered T.I., right? Or has he?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
No.
memes. You know, he's gonna either respond with a meme or just come back later. He's probably looking for more.
He said he's doing a doc.
Yeah, he
Oh, he
said he was
did.
doing
Yeah,
a
he
doc.
definitely did,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was like, it's
Surviving
like doc.
Tiny
Yeah.
and T.I. Surviving the Tiny zone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a good play.
Would you watch it?
He watching everything.
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't watch the T.I. and Tiny doc by 50 Cent?
Nah,
Why not?
I wouldn't be interested.
You're just not interested in
I
watching
didn't even see the trailer yet.
I mean, but I saw what it would be about. It'd be about allegedly all of the people that they, had threesomes with.
Yeah.
You're just not, that's not your
not your thing.
that's
No,
not
man.
your
It's
thing.
just not interesting.
Me neither. I don't think I care either.
I don't care who
where-
Tiny and
yeah,
T.I.
you're right.
sleep with.
Why would I care?
So who would you care?
I wouldn't care. I just
Like-
watch.
Yeah, you would watch anyway.
Yeah.
It's just
I'ma
the
watch
hype
it.
behind it, right? Like with the 50
I gotta
Cent
information. I watch everything because I just gotta have information.
information. So
Right.
you're gonna call it research. You're
That's
gonna
what
watch
it is. That's how I create.
Freaky
Yeah.
ass
I
research.
feel you.
Yeah, right?
As a
It might be
kid, freaky
generational,
ass
too.
research.
Like, I'm an old
I had to
man.
watch the
Like,
Diddy
I'm just
doc.
not-
I had to see what was going on.
Did you like it?
it? Got a lot of information out of it.
You did.
Got a whole reenactment out of it.
Wow.
That's fair.
Wow. Wow. Alex, did you like the Diddy doc?
Like it is choice. Like that's wild word choice. I didn't. It was interesting.
Utilized it.
Yeah, it was rough because I just remember when Diddy wasn't who he is now. Like I always tell people, my senior quote was "Can't stop, won't stop," because he was a
Right.
motivational speaker when I was coming up.
Right.
So it's weird to see like the stuff he did back then that I was inspired by as a kid. Then I'd be like, damn, that's kind of messed up, bro.
You're looking at it differently now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
know.
it's
So
tough.
from that standpoint, it's kind of all my childhood people that I liked as a kid are terrible people.
Are your hands dirty? I mean, what happened?
Nah, he just reminded me of a part of the doc when Diddy gave everybody a handshake. He's like, I'm humans. Get me out of these streets. That's my part. Cause he was showing mad love, hugging everybody. What's good? Love. He got the call like,
These dirty heathens, clean me.
Yeah.
no.
That was an interesting
Did you
part.
see that?
Yeah,
Man, touched me.
Yeah, that was
That was
crazy.
hilarious.
yeah,
was
that was
crazy.
wild.
Yeah.
That was wild scene.
But that's how strong
cool.
documentary making is, that you can kind of put something in there like that and just change
Change the
everyone's
whole perspective.
perception of you.
Because 50 could have made him look like a good person. You know
Right.
that footage easily could have been switched around.
Right,
Yeah, but
This is why you pay people.
right. It's all about who's
that's
in
what
the
it
edit.
is. That's
This is why you pay
that came out because Diddy literally didn't pay a guy.
Yes.
He was like, all right, you ain't gonna give me my money? That's the
Yes.
whole thing.
Take that.
It's
take that.
all in. Isn't that
Yeah.
crazy?
Yeah.
You gotta treat people
Stop
better.
being cheap. Pay people.
Yeah,
We getting
that's
paid for
really
this?
what it is.
Okay. No worries.
Okay.
Hakuna Matata. Don't worry about it.
So the Target boycott. You guys shop at Target? You guys shop at Target?
Yeah, all day.
Do you?
DoorDash.
You ain't boycott at all?
Nah, why? DoorDash. DoorDash,
So when-
Target. They got stuff I need.
So you don't, the whole Target boycott, you're
good-
like, I don't care about all that.
Who's boycotting?
Who's boycotting Target, Keith?
So there
Since
was
you know they're on a show. Since you read the memo.
all right, cousin. So
Update me.
so there was a boycott that was organized by I
Activism.
believe it was Tamika Mallory.
Yes. Friends of the show.
Yes,
Shout out to
Tamika Mallory.
Tamika.
Oh, you know, who's for a long time been on the forefront of many of our causes. But then a pastor named Jamal Bryant joined
Yes.
the boycott.
Yes.
Okay.
And so, he is kind of like a very self-aggrandizing person. So it took on a different life when he joined the boycott. There's another woman, and I'm sorry that I'm.
What's the
dismissing-
basis
Yeah,
for
but
like
what's
The
the
basis for
Target-
it is that they got rid of their DEI programs.
Right.
And so when they got rid of their DEI programs, that meant that they stopped kind of like placing a
For
priority.
the people
Go ahead.
that's watching, and including me,
Yeah.
you got to break down what DEI, all this, everything y'all say. Who's Jamal and why are they boycotting Target? And what is a DEI? Because I
But
don't
that's
be
a
keeping
good
up with this
point.
stuff.
That's
So-
a good point.
And people gonna be watching at home like, who cares?
Diversity,
I'm
equity,
just lose
inclusion.
letters.
on Target like what?
There you go. You got it.
Diversity. So DEI stands for diversity, equity, inclusion,
Okay.
right? And so, what does it mean? I think from a legal standpoint.
Hiring black people for money.
What it means is that historically, black people have been marginalized and disenfranchised from businesses like Target, from big corporations and corporate practices.
Okay.
And so the practice of diversity, equity, and inclusion was about trying to level the playing field. So if you have Johnson & Johnson, you have all of these white brands who have generations of equity in these stores.
Okay.
How do you introduce black people, black companies into these spaces? And so you do set-asides. And so Target essentially allowed these set-asides to try to level the playing field, but that came after intense lobbying from people like Al Sharpton and the
So,
National
Keith,
Action
you really
Network.
thought we invited you here because you was funny? Like, what you thought this was?
These are not jokes?
No, but the whole thing
Nigga
is.
gave a dissertation. Was like, this ain't dope.
You asked me to explain it, right?
Yes, but
So,
this is why.
yeah.
Like, because I could never. Let's clap it up for,
Yeah.
for Keith.
Broke it down.
He got an education.
Yeah.
I don't know what y'all thought, but he done went
Yeah,
to
he-
school
'cause he-
after
yeah.
school after school.
But I do want to kind of like bring this back to you, right?
Okay.
So, because you said you don't participate, you like I need stuff from DoorDash. From
Yeah,
Target,
and
right?
you
Go ahead.
breaking it down right now is not gonna make me change my mind, but I'm listening.
Oh, I'm not trying to change. I'm not trying to change your mind.
I'm not.
So,
Yeah.
so let's be clear. I'm not trying to change
know
your
you're
mind. But I do.
He
I
said
do
you
just
won't.
want to make sure that we're leading with.
Information.
That's
and
why-
that's why
information.
I was
But that's
thankful
what-
that. I was
that's
looking for
what-
the information.
But that's important. I don't think we do that enough.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And that's why I said what I said.
So
But-
the problem
but we
with
could be
the
funny now.
Sorry, go ahead.
But we just want to be
Do your
funny.
thing.
We just wanna
Okay,
be
just be
But that's the
funny.
problem with
Nah,
our
we
community.
good.
Yeah.
We just
We need to lock in, stay focused.
when it's too much
Well, I think it
information,
could
we
be
be
balanced.
like,
Yeah, I wanted to know. I didn't want to skip over that DEI. I wanted to know.
I think it can be balanced,
Yeah.
right? And I think that I boycotted Target because their practices aren't aligned with my values.
So who did you
Okay.
go to if it wasn't Target?
Timu?
I can go to I can go to anybody
I go
to,
to-
that's the problem with
I
that's
fuck
to
with
our
get
you.
problem,
products, to buy stuff. Like Target doesn't have a monopoly on the products that I would
No,
buy.
I'm just asking.
He said,
Yeah.
where
I'm
did
just
you
asking
go
because
instead
it's
of
like
Target?
why was they targeted because of the DEI? Everybody else is just
I think it was a practice in cooperative economics and saying, hey, if we can identify somebody.
impressed.
amazing. I was very impressed.
Cooperative
when he said
economics.
cooperative,
That money
I was
coming
like,
together.
yes.
That's what that means.
All right, so listen, if we can target something, then we can show our collective bargaining and leverage and power.
Yeah.
And that's really what it's about. It's not so much about saying we want to get rid of Target as much as it's saying we want to show people.
you show one show. But
Right.
I was spending my
Right.
power. Like we put all that money
go
into
crazy.
that. And
Right.
How long was supposed to not spend with them?
So when I decided to boycott,
It's so funny,
I'm not
guys.
shopping there, right? I'm not shopping there at all. Period.
okay.
Right? I don't have a time limit until they do something
Right.
that warrants me coming back.
Right.
But Jamal Bryant, which is the topic here,
How
right?
Right.
about we steal from them? Steal from like Walmart. We go like in there and act like it's Walmart and steal. Go in there with a receipt and just.
I respect it. I feel like that's more
Right?
valuable.
Right? You don't absolutely have to stop shopping. You can steal.
Yeah, do crime.
Steal a little bit.
I mean, this is America. This is
Still.
right.
This
This
is
is
right.
what. This is what.
That's what
happens.
I'm
But
talking
I
about.
think
You
Mr.
know?
Commodore had a really good point
Yeah.
when he was
Crime.
saying, well, where do we go then, right? And you said Target doesn't have the monopoly
Right.
on these products. However, they are trying to appeal to our community, right? They are trying to get those dollars in, and sometimes it becomes a matter of convenience.
So it is. You're right, but it's important. Speaking of convenience, it's important to shop local, and the reason why it's important to shop local is because there are black businesses
Right.
that are small, that are local, and so our dollars as black people, they leave our community too quickly.
Yeah, we go
And
to
so if we can circulate our dollars maybe
American
4 or
Outlet.
5 times,
American
right?
Outlet, right?
Right, but-
Sell Target in the hood, American Outlet. Yeah, y'all know what American Outlet is?
I don't live
No.
in the hood
Like
no
a Hungry
more.
Jack's, American Outlet, it's like a $99 store. It's like they
I
have
moved out of Castle Hill. I had to go, and that
I
was,
thought you was
So
making
that's
some
what
shit up.
happens. If you leave Target, you gotta go to American Outlet. It's like
I don't know
Oh,
what that is.
that's
It's like a 99-cent store, but it's like
Okay.
they got different names.
Where's that at? Is
Where's
that in
it
Harlem?
In different hoods. Like if it's Spanish Harlem, it'll
We
be
don't
in-
have that in Brooklyn.
No,
in Brooklyn,
yeah.
it'll probably
Brooklyn
be
is gentrified now.
in
It's
Brooklyn, it'll
like,
probably be
First of
probably
all-
look at-
like
you
family
live-
deals, like
Family
deals,
deals.
You live in a
Family
nice
Dollar.
Brooklyn.
Those
I-
are all like.
First of all, I was born and raised in
American
Brooklyn.
outlets, yeah.
So
Do you live in a
I don't
nice-
think we've ever had American
I look-
Outlet.
Yeah, we had it in our hood. Spanish Harlem from Spanish Harlem. So it was
Okay.
called American
Alright.
Outlet. You had 99-cent store, Family Dollar, Dollar
That
General.
hasn't been
Those are all
gentrified
like,
yet.
huh?
My family is from Spanish Harlem. That hasn't been gentrified yet.
Yeah, but if
so
you don't
they
go to
still
Target,
got
you
it.
go
We
there.
talk about Brooklyn like
wait,
that.
but who owns?
We don't know who owns them. That's why. But you're telling us don't shop at Target, so we gotta go shop.
At American Outlet.
Yeah,
American Outlet.
we gotta
So
go steal at American
What
Outlet.
else do they got in there?
Everything Target got.
Really?
Yeah,
American
They got
Outlet,
irregular
y'all.
socks.
you can get everything, huh?
They got irregular socks.
Tube socks, thermal socks, all that.
I fuck with the irregulars.
Alex,
got
how did you know about Temu?
I grew up poor.
But Temu is new.
I know about
Yeah.
Wish.
What's
Wish?
come from Wish.
Nah.
Wish took like 14 weeks. It used to be like it was not the same thing in the picture. Like you try to get a coat from Wish, and you wish it was the
It
coat.
should be a sleeve.
You wish the coat came the way
what
it
is-
looked in the
what is
picture.
Wish?
Wish
Huh?
is an
It
app.
was before
online.
Timu.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
He
Wish was
said
like
you
10
wish the
10
coat came
Yeah.
within the picture.
Yeah, nah, it's not the same. Go
I
to
can't
Temu,
read
bro.
that.
Yeah, Wish
Get that
was
shit
like-
for $8, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
So,
Temu
these
owns-
who
pastor,
owns Temu?
he leave
Oh,
it
I don't
up
look
a
at who
little
owns
more.
nothing, bro.
No.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Who this?
It's
It's
Pastor.
Pastor Jamal, the new Jesse.
Oh.
I'm telling you, that's what it says.
Jesse Smollett. Or
No,
Jesse?
no. So go ahead. We're gonna let her lead with.
Jesse Jackson?
She can't leave. She had a rough week. She can't leave. He held the pen.
Yo,
He
What
held
Jesse?
The pen.
Is
It just
Pastor
say-
Jamal Bryant the new Jesse?
That's the
Jackson?
question.
Oh,
That's
got
the
you.
question.
I can't. I don't think that's like when a new player come in the league and do 2 years. Is this the next LeBron? Is this the new Jordan? Like let them work.
How
Right.
long he been
Okay.
around?
I hate the comparisons when they ain't put the work in, and we don't. Like, we all know who Jesse Jackson, but we all don't know who this man is.
I don't know
because
Jamal.
The work hasn't been put.
Yeah,
in,
I
like-
wouldn't say he's a new Jesse. First of all,
Yeah.
I mean, I have issues with Jesse. God bless the dead. But
Dang, he just passed away. You got issues
with the
with him?
dad?
I mean, just listen. Jamal's not the new Jesse just because. Here's the issue: the church, right? The church has been at the forefront of the civil rights conversation,
Okay.
and so we always prop
Yes.
up these reverends and these pastors, right? And I think that Jamal should be applauded because when a lot of these reverends and pastors cowered in the face of adversity and said, we're not going to go up against Target, we're not going to go up against corporations, we're not going to go up against this administration, Jamal has stood up and said, I will. And so he should be applauded. However, I think that Jesse, albeit whatever problems I have with Jesse has spent decades fighting for things that make sense for us and for our community. Jamal hasn't yet. And so he's not the new Jesse. He's Jamal.
Wow.
He's just Jamal.
I'm going to give you the question because that was great. I'm going to give you the question, okay?
I like
I'm
that.
just don't answer this. I'm just
Okay.
going to give you the question. So let me ask you this, Keith. Is Pastor Jamal the new Jesse Jackson?
They gonna cut.
I know you needed that for the
They gonna
edit.
do the edit.
See that producing?
That
in
was
the
fire. I
moment?
like how you did
Nah, that was
that.
good.
I knew what was going on.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
did,
That
because
was hot.
production,
That was
right?
fire. Ah,
Where's the,
you did that.
Where's
You
the,
more?
where's the, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you just touched my hand.
I'm so sorry.
That's crazy.
Thank you very
As
much.
you
Well,
just
I
said.
didn't.
Like, everyone
She meant
for
that
real.
shit. I thought she was fooling
Well,
around.
Come on now, it's not
This
a
is
game.
the 6-year anniversary.
Your handwriting getting worse
It's
as the
worse
show
and worse.
progressed.
It's horrible. His cue cards are horrible.
It started off real good, then it's
It's
like,
like,
damn,
I
nigga,
get
I'm
it.
getting tired.
So there's this whole thing with CBS, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're talking about putting Joe Rogan in that 60-minute slot,
Right.
right? Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty much we could figure the story out. And then within this day and age of the internet, it don't matter. We can get it wrong anyway, because everybody gets stuff wrong on the internet.
Right.
So we know it's something like that. What do you guys think about that? Like, can you see Joe Rogan as like this new? It's kind of crazy that he came up through the podcasting space, has amassed such a huge audience, and now CBS is considering him.
They
in
want
the
his
slot.
audience.
Yeah. He's
That's all
the
it
new,
is.
he's
He
the
want-
new
he want-
face
yeah.
of a generation of whites. Like he's their voice. You know what I mean? So like, I think at the point we're at in society, we got to stop looking at people who do social media or anything like that like they're not of equal caliber.
Right.
Like he's the equivalent of anybody who was famous back in the day, even more so, because he controls to his point. He has the audience that he, like it's different from like what's old boy from like Wheel of Fortune?
Right.
What's old boy name?
Pat Sajak?
Is that his name?
Who? Pat Sajak.
Or
yeah.
Alex Trebek from Jeopardy back in the day.
You just showed your age.
Yeah, I
You
did.
got
I did.
Jeopardy.
Why I never knew
Wheel
the
of
name?
Fortune.
He's like, I watched something on
Like,
YouTube.
Yeah, I'm
grandmothers
yeah.
used to
It's
watch.
something I saw on YouTube. Yeah, I'm a
Yeah,
kid.
like one of them
Yeah,
shows.
you suspended? Why was you home watching Will of Fortune? You was never in school. You know what time Will of Fortune come on?
Yeah.
I had old parents. That's all it was.
All right.
You strike me as the type that had older parents.
I don't even know what that means,
Yeah.
but okay.
No,
I don't
you
know
do.
what the fuck that
You
means.
do.
You seem wise. What the fuck are you
It's
saying?
true. It's true.
I did. I had old parents, so like I used to watch all the shows. But I'm saying that to be like anybody who was like the lead of a show like that, super big, around forever. They didn't have direct control over the audience when they weren't on air.
Right.
It was only if I'm on air, I can say whatever the script is, blah blah blah. A person like Joe Rogan can tell his audience to buy one product. That product will sell out.
Right.
Of course, CBS needs a person like him.
It's the numbers. I think it's Joe Rogan. It's a numbers game. It's the numbers. The numbers. So right now, a lot of people is not watching TV.
At all.
What would a big network like
That's a good
CBS
point.
do? Let's
Yeah.
bring in somebody that's he's gonna bring at least over 100 million people over here
Right.
to watch. So it's
a good
like you
point.
gotta think about that. Like,
Yeah.
and they know they're protecting themselves because then they don't want CBS. They need CBS needs Joe. Joe don't need CBS.
True.
Yeah.
True
Apple
indeed.
do y'all watch Apple TV's The Morning Show?
Never.
No.
I can't afford Apple right now. I got an
Well,
Apple phone.
they have this show called The Morning Show, and it's about a network. And in the network, there's this internet influencer that they have to bring in, because to your point, like terrestrial TV viewership is down, and so they have to bring in somebody to kind
Ebro's
of
at
spike
Apple,
it.
right?
Yeah.
Ebro's over there. He's on the show? He's not on that morning show?
No.
Is this a real show
It's a
or like
TV
a
show.
Oh, it's a TV
Yeah,
show.
that,
Called The
okay.
Morning
you're
Show.
talking about
Yeah.
the music stuff, because I follow Ebro too.
Because he's on Apple, right?
Ebro's a friend of the show.
But it's
Shout out
Apple
to
That's my
TV.
guy. Shout out
Yeah,
to
Shout
Ebro.
out to
shout out to
Ebro.
That's
Ebro.
my guy right
But we're
there.
watching that on his social media feed,
Oh,
Right.
as
See?
opposed
'cause I ain't
to
subscribed.
subscribing
Yeah.
Right.
to Apple
Apple
TV.
TV.
You're not
which
going
is-
to that
No,
particular
my point
thing.
was that was just reinforcing your point that it's Joe Rogan coming to CBS, coming to CBS to do that type of show would be strictly for the numbers.
bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Or
kind of
his
like
app.
Netflix bringing everybody over, like the hottest pot. Like they bring in Breakfast Club and Joe and Jada to
But
Netflix.
they be sacrificing journalistic integrity completely, because Joe Rogan is not a journalist. 60 Minutes.
But the
you
crazy
know.
part is now a generation will believe he is. He's not like I think you would consider qualified technically because that's not what he practiced coming into the game. But he has just as much influence as any other journalist.
So you said any other. I'm saying he's not a journalist because the practice of journalism, this, is an ethic. There's an ethic to journalism that requires sourcing, investigatory research.
But
yeah.
today's
Right.
2026 journalism equals entertainment over information,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
So people are looking for more so entertainment, and Joe Rogan is entertaining. I mean, it's the same way with the stuff that we watch, right? Like our audience is gravitating towards entertainment. So it's really something that I think or a conversation that needs to be had about entertainers understanding their responsibility now. Not to say that they're journalists, but understanding because you can persuade opinion, you have a bit of a responsibility to make sure when you entertain that you inform,
Right.
and you also research and you understand what you can do and how much influence you
And not
actually
just
have.
be a tool for propaganda.
Right.
Right? And I think that's something that entertainers are starting to get hip to. They're starting to get hip to, like, hey, wait a minute. Am I just being a tool? Let me figure out how to operate, in this space.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, well, we did a good thing here.
So yeah, what did we learn?
I can't read that first.
I learned
Y'all
a
gotta-
lot. I learned a lot.
I just used that because I
it's a
had nothing.
transition.
Yeah, so what did we learn?
When Keith
So we'll go
started
CBS.
talking about cooperative economics,
Nah,
that was it. It was mic drop. He
yeah,
mic dropped us.
That shit
Okay.
was good.
Who picked that topic? Do we really want to talk about that? Why? Is there a reason for it?
Damn, nigga. It's like
Are you trending that at the metrics? Because it's a.
Like mid-script, he gave up
cursive.
and
Yep.
started doing hieroglyphics.
I worked with her. It's not my friend, but I mean. Okay.
Why you said like you gonna hit her? What's wrong with you?
How do I segue here? How do I segue? Because
Wait, before we do that, Priscilla Renee is Money Long, right?
no,
No, I know. I'm just saying.
that says Angela Simmons into Angela Renee, right? So we're talking about Angela
Let me just
Simmons
Google
wanting
it.
to rebrand herself. Right. So Angela Simmons wants to rebrand herself as Angela Renee. I don't know
Who's
if
Angela Simmons?
right.
JoJo Simmons, Angela Simmons,
Yo Gotti's ex.
Yo Gotti.
Oh my gosh.
Gotta use Yo Gotti, right? That's
That's
crazy.
how you
Gotta use Yo
defined
Gotti is
her?
wild.
I would see he's
As
31.
Yo
So
Gotti's
I was
ex.
I
I was
say,
giving him that.
I was gonna say,
No.
Reverend-
I know
Reverend-
her
Reverend
from
Run's-
I know her from
Oh,
her
Reverend
name,
daughter?
Yes,
Yes.
Reverend
The one that
daughter.
dated Bow Wow back in the day?
Yes.
Bam, got you.
So men always like to define women
That-
by
that's
the
not
men
true.
by the men they're attached to. Did you see that? It just happened. You're saying it's
He
not
did
true.
that.
It just happened.
He did it. I was like, that's Angela
Well,
Simmons.
well,
I
how-
used the
went-
brother. I said JoJo's sister.
You did. You did use the
Brothers
brother.
and sisters.
I would
Yes.
Not a man.
definitely admit that.
Yes.
But also own it because I don't know what she does.
You don't know what she does neither.
She is a
models.
social media influencer.
That's right, a creator.
She also
Public
is a
figure.
business owner.
That's right.
Right.
What
And
is she?
What's
What
her
business?
business?
is
She had lip
She-
glosses. She had mad
She
stuff.
did a lot of
Fire.
Let's move on. Let's talk about Rihanna's
I wanted
house getting shot up.
look, not for nothing. Shout out to Angela for like rebirthing herself because it's not easy out here.
And it is
She's-
also-
she's bringing
Super
herself
hard.
out there. It's not easy. A lot of people get stuck.
Right.
And then you got the Krishans out there. They're allowed to be retarded and have fun and go box and they
Right.
get millions of dollars.
Right.
And it's like when you have a real talent, it's like you got to go out there and really
He
work.
just went
So
crazy on Christian.
so
I know.
nah, shout out to Krishan because
Right.
she found her niche. Like you know what I'm saying? She in the gym.
Retarded?
She's in a good way. In a good way.
You know, your generation is not supposed to say that word.
Why?
I don't know. My son and my daughter, like they tell me I can't use the R word because I'm
You
constantly,
can't,
I'm
to
constantly
us.
in the kitchen like y'all are retarded, telling
Yeah,
my
say-
kids that like
See,
stop
you
acting
using it out of
retarded.
context.
Say Riri.
He was talking about a particular retarded person. You talking.
See, they can say it because their whole generation is on the
It's-
spectrum.
Right.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
Absolutely.
right.
Yeah, that's
You
you
caught-
can't
you caught
say
that straight.
I know
Right.
I did.
Yeah, you
I caught
that
it.
straight.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, but you know,
You have to be toxic. What I was trying to say is you have to
I
be
know,
extra
you good.
toxic.
I am a little retarded. That's why I wouldn't even
always
do
be a negative. It was supposed to be always shown in a negative way to like be seen on social media. So it's like if you have nothing negative going on, people are not watching, and it's like
That's very
she's
true.
been very positive throughout
has.
her career. She's
She
never
has.
had anything that went negative. Just the breakup. It's not negative. They probably just didn't. They probably ran.
shout out to
ran
Angela
love.
Simmons. She's a friend.
Yeah,
of the
shout out
show.
to
Shout out to
Angela
Angela
Simmons,
Simmons.
man. That's my
Angela
homegirl.
Renee.
Shout out to Run DMC.
And yeah, and she's
Legendary.
working. She got the new song out with
She's
Jada
working.
Kiss. You know that's top
I
5
love
that
that.
are live.
Who
So
got a song with Jadakiss?
that's Jada Kiss is not on the song. He's on this new song that she got. Yeah.
Angela's got a song.
With Jada Kiss.
You ain't know she was a singer.
Angela Renee. She's actually singing.
Oh, okay,
She's
good
using
for
her voice.
her. I love that.
Text your girl. Let her know you're proud of her, man.
How's it sound?
that.
Sounds good?
DM her.
Go.
Jadakiss.
Right.
I mean, people were in the comments because you always gonna see hate people had things to say. Oh my God, da 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 da. And you know, but
Oh, good for
I mean,
her.
she's
I
trying.
love
She's
that.
trying something new, and I'm saying, let's see where it goes.
I love
Let's
that
see
for
where
her.
it goes.
The record is good?
Yes.
It's all right. I enjoyed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, good. Good for her.
Yo, you ain't shit.
I do
That's Alex.
nothing.
That's
I
Alex.
do nothing.
All
Tell
Alex.
the truth.
All Alex.
Because he said it's alright with like he trying to keep his face all strong.
First of
Alex
all,
like,
when-
Alex like, this,
first of all, when
Alex
somebody-
just look at me the whole time like,
When
got a
somebody
fat
that you
ass.
like drops a record
Right.
and you
Mad
say
nigga.
it's I,
Yeah, what's that?
that's not a good sign.
I love the ambiance. The atmosphere is fire.
If somebody I like, if a friend of mine drops a record and it's I, I'm gonna say it's dope.
Yeah, just because that's your friend. And
Yeah.
yeah.
He a good person. He a
not
good
my friend.
person.
Right. He did.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I don't know
Alright.
her. I just show her love.
He was
yeah.
being supportive since y'all tried to start the conversation.
You,
I
brother.
wanted to give us, I wanted to give us
associating
some
her.
positive energy.
Yeah, and I
she
like that.
deserves it.
Yeah, I think she deserves positive
cool.
energy.
Definitely
dope.
does.
Yeah.
Come on, black woman.
Right, let's go. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Awesome. Well, I mean, I think, and that's good for women too, right? Because it's
They
a lot
need
of.
it.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, they need a push. And a lot of men out there is not pushing y'all the way they need to. You know what I'm saying?
I
Y'all-
like this.
Yeah, and sometimes y'all got to push each other, but it's not enough of that because y'all got women also hating on women. So it's
That's
like,
true too.
yeah, so
That
I
ain't
like
good.
this.
Don't you got a book?
I do have a book.
The streets
look
told
at
me.
that. Would you look
Streets
at that?
Talk, but you can get my book on Amazon. It's straight from the source. But I really want you guys to look at my next book, which is coming out, which is The People versus Hip Hop. It's coming out. You know, the book company's been a little weird about the date, but whatever. We're talking about civil and criminal cases within the hip hop community. So that is, and it's going to be analytical, and I'm doing a lot of research for that.
Dope.
I love that.
So my
Dope. I'm looking
personality.
forward to that.
Yeah, it's been tough, rough, like digging into all of those cases because a lot of things that we didn't know. I think just as an audience, because the media runs crazy with like the narrative.
Right.
Like,
Yep.
they just take the narrative and they just keep running with it. So, but that's coming out soon. People versus Hip Hop. Make sure.
Make sure you beef
You
with
gonna do
50 so you can get exposed.
That's what you think I should
Take
do.
a shot at him. You never know.
Might work.
Then you be like, yup, I got a book. And
Yes.
that's
And
it.
then you might be right.
Million
Then he
copies
also might
sold.
drop a book the same day.
He
But
might
that's
drop
great.
Once he
it.
mentioned
That's
you,
Cannibalize
it's
great.
lit.
yourself.
Yeah.
Once he mentioned you, it's lit.
That's what you think?
Yeah, we should just get fake ring footage of me going out like, yo, it's just that stuff just happens. You go viral.
That's
You gotta go
you
viral.
got the secret
I got
to
the
the
rest.
virality.
I got the sauce. I got the
You
sauce.
got the secret. Oh, good. We could talk about that now.
Do you think?
Don't y'all want to talk about the skits?
That's
Yeah.
my nigga Ty. I don't give a fuck about his skit.
No.
I don't
good,
give a
bro.
fuck about his
Yeah,
I need to
I'm always
know.
on his page, so go at it.
Because the
It's
the
amazing
last
to hear this right now.
You
Like,
play
I
Uno, bro?
didn't know-
What
huh?
you do? You play Uno?
Yeah, I still cheating Uno.
really,
Alright, fair.
I want to know where the props come from on the skits, because the props sometimes enhance the comedy in the skit so much, like the hair.
Target.
Get all the props from
Nigga was
Target.
heated. You're the problem.
Wait.
Not watch another skit. If it's sponsored by.
That's crazy.
You mean to fucking tell me
This whole time?
everything in that skit is not.
Are you the next Jesse Jackson?
No. I make all the props.
You make the props?
Yeah.
You make the hair?
Yup.
With
You know,
what?
the things y'all use, the pantyhose.
Wow.
What y'all use to put on your wigs? The little thing. It's
The,
just the net.
the wig cap?
Wake up.
So you could take the wig cap and then you could get like a costume glue, like
Right.
And then I take little pieces of hair and just glue. I buy like wigs and cut the hairs off and make it to fit right here. Then I cut around it and then use whatever I got. If I have to do a whole head, I do a whole head. If I have to do, and I mess it up purposely because it's not supposed to be
it makes
perfect.
it funny.
It's supposed to be extra when you're doing a reenactment. Like, I get a lot of. Dave Chappelle, I like to leave it there. He was
Yes.
never like trying to follow the rules, and I'm not either. Like,
Right.
like I'm trying to get canceled.
And we love that. Like, I will
dope.
say we
Yeah.
love
Be afraid
that.
to get canceled.
And
Right.
I love that science. I love
Like,
that
yeah.
science.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's way more effort than I think a lot of people
Yeah, like
think.
I purposely messed up Fat Joe's makeup. Like I OD, like, and I gave him the blonde because he had hair. People forget I'm doing old Fat. When he robbed the
Right.
gym, he had hair.
Right.
So
Right.
people was bugging when they watched that video, like, what? Who is this? I'm like, that's Fat Joe. That's him in high school. That's why I showed the
Right.
picture at the end. Like,
Right.
this is him with the glizzy.
Right.
Wow.
That's
And he
crazy.
told me to do it. So this is the truth.
Right.
I was on Joe and Jada, and Fat Joe was like, "You got to start doing my stories." So he gave me the idea to do that, and once I did, that was the first video I did. I started just doing I just started taking. People requested that. Nori was like, "Yo, how about that?" People in the comments was like, "Do this one, do that one." I was like, "Oh, this is never gonna stop.
Right.
This is fun."
What was your favorite skit?
I like the Fat Joes and the
And the Dap Back.
yeah, and the Mace and Puff. Where Mace learned the values lesson, like
Stepped on the
stepped on the
shoe?
shoe. That one right there,
Yeah.
that's petty. Like he went
Right.
outside, stepped in dirt, and came back. Take that. Yeah, that'd be good. Like so, yeah. It gotta catch my ear. Like everybody like try to send me stories, and I be like, nah, that's not it.
That's not it.
And
Right.
some of them are not. I think every story is one. Nah, you gotta have something in there. Like
But based off what you're describing, you're very intentional with all the like little details.
Yeah.
Do you think people when watching notice that? Like, does anybody ever watch the video and be like, "Yo, the way you did your
yeah,
hair."
like this was they be like the visual, because you need the details. It's like I didn't ever see the story. People would actually believe it when I actually shoot it, because they be like, "This is cap."
Right.
Fat Joe's capping. When I
Right.
show it, it's like, this could have happened. Because Commodore showed us this could have happened.
Right.
Like when the whole club tried to fight him, I showed it. Like it's like, you got out of there. Like yeah, you could. These things happen. And
What was the highest performing skit? Like which one did the best for you?
right now it's between Fat Joe robbing the gym and Mason Diddy, and one of Cam's when Trey Songz was singing in the elevator, and Charlie Murphy with the football player.
Oh,
Eddie
wow.
Right, right.
Oh, I love
Dude,
that.
that came
Yes.
in the wheelchair. That
The wheelchair.
Oh.
Yes, that one was great.
yeah, that's crazy.
He
man.
Yeah.
stopped laughing
Huh?
after he beat him up.
Yeah, the dude that was like, oh, "Fuck Eddie Murphy."
How long does
funny
it take
nigga.
you?
Huh?
How long does it take you to create a
It
skit?
depends, because some of them have certain locations. You have to go somewhere,
Right.
shoot, and then be somewhere else. So
So you scout and do all of that as well.
yeah,
You edit as well?
I edit.
Oh,
shoot.
wow.
Full on
That's great.
production.
I cast everybody that I need, and I direct it right there. Tell everybody what I need them to do. I just
Oh, wow.
Nice. Do you hold the camera too? I mean, you,
if I'm not in the scene,
like, I do
if I'm not in the scene, I definitely love to hold the camera. I wish sometimes I'd be like, damn, only if I knew I could
Right.
direct and I don't have to show my face, because like I don't do it for the fame, even though it comes with it. But it's like, if I'd have knew back in the day I could just film people or just do voiceovers or just film stuff and narrate it and never be seen,
Right.
I wouldn't have to worry about motherfuckers
Yeah,
trying
yeah.
to kill me in the streets. Hey, nigga! You ain't funny, nigga! Where's Fresh out at, nigga? Like, God damn, I put a face in my... I put a face.
High
to it.
key, do you want to be behind the scenes? I'm sorry, I got questions. My bad.
no,
my
you
bad.
go. You
This
go.
interests me.
No, it is interesting. You
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Do you, high key, based off what you just described, do you want to be behind the scenes a little bit
It's too
more?
late.
But what, like, in
Yeah,
the best case scenario?
I mean, the way things is going is not too late. Like things is going now, you can play behind the scenes
Yeah.
and still like do you. Like it's very simple. I mean people are creating and not being seen. So it's like I still got characters. So it's like I still like to show the work I put out there. But I would love to direct and be behind the scenes all day.
I want to know who, if anyone, has gotten angry about a skit.
A couple, I don't answer.
But
I don't
what do
answer.
they say?
Somebody said, "Yo, where you at? You right here?" Like they was asking like if I still live in a certain part of Harlem. Was asking like, "Nah, you playing too much with Diddy. Diddy and Justin follow me. They know exactly when I'm doing these reenactments and I'm
Right.
doing. They follow me. Like they know.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean, Justin followed me off the Mace and
Right.
Mace and Diddy skit. But it's like. It is what it is. People gonna come in and threaten you and all that, but it's like they gotta be prepared in the street.
Right.
I'm very prepared and all that DM stuff. When I see you and all that, like it don't bother me. Like
But
they
does
be
it
in
make
the
you
comments.
laugh that when
It make
people-
me laugh, but it make me just be on point also
Right.
because I can see
Right.
who's talking. Like
Right.
so, like it is. It's just a little moving pieces around, moving a little couple
Right.
pieces around, make a couple phone calls. But it's like you're gonna get threats. You're gonna get people that don't like your work. Just unfollow or block me. Like, why are you following me?
Right.
And getting upset at the
People
at
get
the work
real
I'm putting in.
upset on social
like
media.
they get upset. But I've been used to that for years now. So like I've been blocking people lately.
Really?
Yeah, I just block.
How did you start?
I'm helping them out because
Right.
if you don't like something I'm doing and you come in and you're on my page, it's
Right.
like you don't need to see this.
Right.
Right.
I block you.
Let me help
You don't
you
need to
out.
be looking at this stuff.
Right.
Yeah,
Did
this
something
is
go
not for
viral
you.
by mistake,
This
or
ain't
how
for
did you
Make
start
another
this?
page, get another email, and come see it again. 'Cause that's what they gonna
Nigga's
do.
sick.
Right.
This nigga's fucking sick. I love this shit. Fucking psycho. His question was, how did was there something that went viral, and like how'd you kind of get started? Correct?
Yeah.
The first video ever I did, like 2012, it's called "Don't Mess with a Black Man's Chicken." It was just like mad racist. It's like the title alone is catchy.
Right.
Like so, you gotta just know how to just make people like they think because the title "Don't Mess with a Black Man's Chicken" is on YouTube. There's no social media yet. This
Right.
is 2012,
Right.
11, 12, and I filmed me going to Popeyes, and I'm going in, like I order, I'm happy to be in there, I'm on lunch, and I come out, and a black man at that, trips me.
And your chicken falls?
My chicken leg. It's a crispy leg.
Right.
It's really about a crispy leg. So he tells the man to replace it, and the man goes inside and replaces it
With a flat?
a thigh. And a wing. And he's like, yo, that's not
So
what
you
fell.
preferred the leg over the thigh?
Crispy leg was the
Over
man's
the
thing.
thigh?
Well, how I wrote it, it was really about the leg. So he went in there
Okay.
and violated again. Like first you tripped me.
Now you got
And
a thigh.
I dropped my leg. Then you go in there and you go get a thigh.
Right.
That's not a replacement. Like, what I dropped is what I want. Remember Strap? I want the same sandwich he got.
Right.
Little girl got shot over that. Like, you need to give me the same sandwich. It got crazy. So
Dog, I love how silly you are, but you say shit with serious hands.
Yeah.
Like the
Feel
hands
me?
is
Like,
serious, but the
feel me?
nigga.
Like, crispy leg.
Yeah, I've found a new appreciation for thighs and legs. Pause.
Yeah, what you
I don't think
flats,
it's pause.
flats.
Well,
Well,
or
here's the
flats
thing.
or-
pause.
I think I grew
don't
up
think
so
so.
I don't
much.
think that was pause for you.
No,
I don't think that's pause.
I grew up so much with like thighs and legs, and like when you make them in a stew, right?
Okay.
I think I was scarred because when I tasted the chicken breast, I was like, wow, this is like so good, right? So then for years
Breast
I
will
just
do
had
that
a
to you.
dry breast.
So you're a breast.
Pause.
You're on the breast side. That's what you do.
No, I've been cooking with chicken thighs now for like
Guys do
stews.
that to you too.
Yeah, but they, I think it's a new appreciation for it. But
amazing in the stew.
I have not found like a use for chicken leg anymore. I feel like I don't really like. Now I don't like. You know how it has that like weird piece when you like. It's like
At the top.
no, when you eat the chicken leg, there's like this weird piece. It's not fat
It's
and it's
hanging.
not
It's like-
meat,
it's
but it's
always-
like
It's cartilage.
it's cartilage.
Yeah.
Are you talking about that?
So you eat the cartilage on the chicken leg?
Let's describe this piece you talk about. It's like, is it hanging? What does it do?
It's
Nah,
like
it's at the
connected.
top, right?
It's like a wire, like a line, a little thin line.
You're not talking about that little bone.
I'm talking about this little, like a little
Yeah,
like
it's
ding-a-ling
cartilage.
that's hanging on to the chicken
She
meat.
said dingling.
I've never had
Do
ding-a-ling
y'all-
on my leg.
Do you eat
I
the
mean,
chicken?
I mean,
Do you eat the ding-a-ling on the chicken leg?
You eating chick dicking? What's happening? What the fuck y'all
No,
talking
I'm trying
about?
to figure out, like, because when he said the
Niggas
story,
eating chicken dick.
he talked about the chicken leg. He was like, I had this crispy chicken leg. I'm like, do you like the legs? Like, we don't like the legs anymore, do we? But you said you
was
like the chicken leg.
2012.
You don't eat the legs no
He
more.
was a
Nah,
different
I'm
person.
more of a
See?
thigh breast man. Now.
Yes, right? But you appreciate the thighs more so now than
Straight
the
up
legs.
thighs.
Devolved
Yeah, I mean, I had a
I ate chicken
successful
leg.
run with the thighs.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Yeah. I do love chicken.
Me too.
Yeah.
More baked now. I just had some jerk chicken last night. It was fire.
Wow.
Smoked
Yes.
jerk. Oh man.
But it's a different sort of
Yeah.
energy than when you did the skits back
How about
then.
them Knicks?
In the 12.
Nigga, I'm pescatarian. I don't fuck with none of this shit.
Wait,
I ain't-
are you?
Yeah.
You're fancy.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I tried that
you
for 3
talking
months.
about me
Yeah.
moving out of Castle Hill.
Oh, that's why I
But you're
recognized it.
fancy.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
like,
just.
You don't live in
I
Castle
just
Hill
haven't moved out the hood
anymore, do you?
You moved out.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
But you still got hood taste.
I think so. Yeah. I'm proud of it.
I love that shit.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
I respect it.
I like that.
So I gotta try American Outlet.
If it's
No.
still there, if it's still there.
No, you don't.
No.
You make too much money. They're not gonna let you in. They're not.
This has been an amazing hour here.
We already done. We done?
No, we're
It's
not
only
done.
been like
but
20
you know.
minutes.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, I'm used to watching 3-hour shows.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
'Cause I ain't got shit to
podcasting,
do
you gotta
go.
just
Nigga said we done?
podcasting
Nigga be in
is
the crib.
crazy. And,
Let's hang out. Let's hang
I'll
out.
talk some more.
Yeah, right?
What we
Yeah.
missing? Something else happened.
what else happened? Let's see. Keith checking his
So
watch.
silly.
Keith's got to go
I
to
enjoy learning
cooperative
that about people.
economics.
Yeah. You silly as
Cooperative
shit, bro.
economics going on.
It's Sunday.
What a term. It's Sunday. Did you go to church today?
I didn't. But I usually go to church.
You do
I
on a
go to
Sunday?
This is usually the time you had to be here. Was actually
Nah.
you go to
Church is
6-hour
in the
church.
morning.
Oh,
Wait.
I thought you go to 6-hour
Said
church.
6-hour church.
Yeah, because people are still in church.
I know.
From 9 o'clock this morning.
I know. And the
Yeah.
kids are
Twisted.
downstairs tearing it up downstairs. Yeah.
And people at brunch right now.
Yes.
Getting wasted.
Blasted.
Mad Don Julio.
After
Yeah.
church.
Hookah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who
I went to
got
a
the
church yesterday. I went to a funeral. Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
that took a turn.
Yeah.
I need you to talk about that.
Powers' funeral? Yeah, rest in
you
peace,
was at
Oh, you
Powers.
went to
Powers
Power's
also?
funeral.
Yeah, I did. I did.
All right, y'all be saying loose names. Who?
Power.
Power
That's,
from Wu-Tang.
He's he's
Okay,
basically
got
he's
you.
Yes,
Wu-Tang.
yes.
He
was
co-founded
it.
Yeah, he co-founded
Co-founder,
Wu-Tang.
also the one that created the actual logo.
I was supposed
Yep.
to go to that.
Well,
I
he
forgot
didn't
about
create
that.
the logo.
He
He
Mathematics.
created Wu Wear.
Yeah,
right?
There you
You
go.
saw the
Mathematics.
doc.
There you go. See?
You
No,
saw the
I
doc.
know
Look
the
me over
story.
here.
Yeah. You didn't.
what?
You don't know the Wu-Tang?
I know who they are.
Name. Wait.
Name a bunch of
Name
them.
all 9 or 8, sometimes 9 members of the Wu-Tang
Method
Clan.
Man, Old
Okay.
Dirty Bastard, Inspector Deck.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
You know
got
what's
it.
fucked up? I don't know them because of their music. I know it from Chappelle's show, and I just remembered it.
You
in
was
my
trying, you was
head.
trying, you was
I
trying to go off
was.
the,
I was.
you gotta go off the, you gotta go off the song. Because where you with me, where you at? Because they name all the names
Yeah,
of that
but
song.
he-
He don't know the
Oh,
song.
wait, what's old boy who chill?
Raekwon.
You helping him?
Yeah,
Sorry.
a boy with Method Man all the time. What's his name?
Oh boy, whip Method Man all the time.
Yeah.
That's Redman.
That's
Redman.
Redman is
He's-
not in
he's
Wu-Tang.
kinda
wasn't?
like,
Nah,
no.
he's never in there.
Oh,
This is great.
Oh,
Are y'all getting
for
this?
real?
He
Yes.
thought he had. He said the guy that's always
yo,
with
Redman.
Right.
yo,
Method Man.
Oh, wow.
Redman.
y'all don't
yeah.
know me. I'm
Wow.
I'm an R&B guy through and through. Like that's where I
You
thrive.
missed, but you didn't even get like some of the main members of the Wu-Tang.
I didn't. I said
No,
Method
you didn't
Man.
get the main person.
Ray and Ghost.
He didn't say
Ghostface.
Ghost.
I ain't say
He ain't
Ghost.
say Ray. He ain't
But
say
you
real
didn't say
Ghost.
the
Ray.
main.
I said
RZA,
Ray.
the
You ain't
Jizza,
say
the
Master.
RZA,
Ty.
You ain't say
that.
Master Killer.
Master
say-
Killer.
You didn't
Shaheed.
say sometimes Capadonna.
He didn't
Sometimes
say RZA.
Copper what?
Capadonna.
Capoeira?
Capadonna.
All right. I
Wow.
don't.
So you know any of the Wu-Tang songs?
Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
Good. Okay.
Come on.
Another
Come
one.
on, my nigga. I'm here.
Sing it.
Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. Say it 3 more times.
Yeah. Woo, Tang.
Yeah.
Bang. Woo.
Wow.
Yeah.
Woo, bang.
Wow.
Woo, bang.
You was younger than I thought.
I'm a 90s baby.
You know
early
Ice Cream. You
2000s.
just didn't know that was there.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, Ice
Yeah.
Cream.
So you were born in the 90s.
Yeah, cash move, everything, money, dollar bill. Yeah.
That's the shit.
I
Did
know
you
that
listen-
from video game soundtracks.
So you're an R&B guy?
Yeah, 1000%.
R. Kelly?
Of course.
Still? Even after all this?
Yes.
I'm not what he did. R. Kelly, what he did to women is crazy, foul, and I don't agree with none of that. His
you still
music
hear the
is
music.
fantastic, and we cannot deny that.
Undeniable music.
His music,
Right, so
even
you-
his recent music, is
Will
fire.
you listen to it in front of people? Like
In front of
will
who?
you
Like
s-
my family?
Like
Yeah.
if you go to an event, will you step in the name of love?
Step.
If the DJ already playing it, who am I to turn that off?
Yep.
It's already playing.
If nobody's stepping in the name of love, are you gonna get up and
Well,
step
that's
in the name
crazy.
of
You can't listen to that song and not step in the name of love. You know
Okay.
that.
love? Okay.
Do you
Yeah,
still
R.
step?
Kelly was tapped in a different way musically.
Yeah.
Wow.
R. Kelly-
I just think in cancel culture, it just takes a couple of years and then everybody's like, so
No,
what?
I think it's only real online. People in real
what?
life don't care.
But also, cancel culture always got it wrong. Like you never really are supposed to cancel people except in a really extreme case. You cancel values, ideas, ideologies. But when you cancel people, it's like saying they can't come back from something.
Yeah.
Right. And that's very true.
There's no
right.
redemption. That's not fair.
Yeah.
That isn't.
Yeah.
Right. So after a while,
Once again, not him as a person.
Step,
His
step,
music though
step,
is fire.
Catalog.
His catalog is
Step.
crazy.
Hit it hard from the back.
Come
That whole
on.
album, the din
Yeah,
from the intro all the way. TP.
What's
you guys
the
watch-
TP2.com?
Yeah.
Did you watch Trapped
was
in the
in-
Closet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I grew up with that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched the parodies to that, like Trapped in Class.
Everything.
I graduated to like 4 R. Kelly songs. Like, what do you want
I
from me?
Believe I Can Fly.
I Believe I Can Fly.
Wow.
The World's Greatest.
Yep.
Like my prom music was like, what's the one? I'm a Flirt.
Right.
Like,
Okay.
come on, like that's not.
Yeah, he was born to R. Kelly.
Yeah, he was
Yeah, like
born.
His
most-
parents smashed to R.
R.
Kelly.
Kelly.
Absolutely, they had to.
This
So that's
generation like can't live
Yeah.
without his music.
Wow.
Like,
Yeah.
And he influenced
they was
so
in their
much
parents'
Yeah.
stomach, and
Yeah.
R. Kelly was
Yeah,
being
Right.
played.
Trey Songz, first half of his career just sounded like R. Kelly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that was like the music I grew up with. So yeah, I'm big R&B. Sorry, I ain't know all the hip hop shit. My
Right.
bad, y'all.
No, it's okay.
Now you
It's
gotta
okay.
go. You gotta go study.
Yeah, but you got to
Wu-Tang.
do a Wu-Tang. You got a Wu-Tang homework.
Just try it. Just try it.
I'm gonna do it when
Look
you
up,
cancel
yeah.
Target. When you cancel Target, I'm gonna study that. Is that fair?
I'm done.
It's not happening.
You did a good thing here today, Keith.
No, that wasn't my
did a
goal.
good
He's not done. He's not done with Target.
I'm done. I'm done. I
don't
don't need them, son. I'm done.
Wow. Well,
Nothing.
Well, Target, you know who to sponsor when it's time to try to get right.
so y'all know you guys have heard about this whole Jack Harlow interview where he talks about how this album he got blacker.
Yeah.
You've heard about that, right? Have you heard about that? No. No.
He's not black though.
Do you know who Jack Harlow is?
He's not black.
No.
He's white.
He's a white rapper.
Okay.
He's now releasing
An
an
R&B
R&B
album.
album under the title
I
Monica.
know who he is. I just didn't know if he was.
Did you
mixed.
know what was interesting? Remember he had a big beef with Brandy? Did you guys know that?
No,
Or
Brand.
back
Yes.
and forth with
Ray
Brandy?
J's brother.
Yes.
Ray J's sister.
Wait,
Ray
wait,
J's
brother,
sister.
is wild.
I love Brandy.
You know Brandy.
Nah, Brandy, we can't do
Don't
that.
do
I love
Brandy like that. One of the best vocalists
Ray
in the
J's
game.
sister.
Right.
I'm not jacking that. Brandy is.
He beefed with Brandy. Brandy don't
Yeah,
even be
she
out.
don't beef.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't. He had done an interview, and he didn't know that Ray J and Brandy were brother and sister. This is
Okay.
way back.
Okay.
And that came out. I think Brandy responded online, and then they ended up performing together. I believe. So it worked
Ray J put that together.
probably.
But Brandy is
ran
also
down.
all love with everybody. Like she
Yeah.
just gives all the great energy.
She does. I love Brandy.
But
Ray J
like,
made him apologize like he did Fab.
say it again.
He said Ray J made him apologize like he did Fab on the
Listen,
Breakfast
maybe.
Club. Gonna apologize.
I know niggas at school.
Maybe.
Bumper to bumper.
So it was interesting the whole Jack Harlow thing because now he's doing R&B music.
Yeah.
So
Right.
there's a lot of talk online because it has like a neo soul influence. You
And it
can
was
tell.
recorded at Electric Lady
It
Studios.
was recorded at Electric Lady. That's like really kind of going into that bag, right?
Can y'all describe why that is important?
So Electric Lady is
For
a
the people.
legendary studio. It used to be owned by Jimi Hendrix.
Oh.
And D'Angelo, the Soulquarians, which is
Tribe Called Quest
Tribe Called Quest.
recorded like their classic. Do you know Tribe Called Quest?
Of course, I know a tribe.
Can you name a song?
Yep.
Name one.
Benita Applebum.
Y'all niggas quizzing everybody today.
We like to quiz your
I know a
generation.
Oh, that one.
That one.
That one fire.
Yep.
Award tour.
Yep.
Ask me some R&B shit. I'ma kill this. Like,
So his influence is
Right,
yes.
very much so R&B,
Yeah.
like D'Angelo,
Bam,
or
we got you.
yeah. So,
You're
or at
my
least that's what
lady.
he's saying.
So he made an R&B album named Monica, or say it fast,
How's it spelled?
Monica. Huh?
How's it spelled?
It's spelled Monica.
Like Monica from ATL.
Yes.
Yes.
She made an album after Monica.
I don't know.
Like
Do you
Monica,
think that
the
has
R&B
something to
singer?
do with the Brandy?
like
thing?
Brandy
That's how
and
it's
Monica?
spelled. It's spelled like Monica.
Hey, we on to something here.
Right.
I'm just
I
gonna
don't
call
get
this
it either.
Monica. The boy's mine.
Right. the-
yeah.
yeah.
Monica.
Right.
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 Oh, it's a long play towards Brandy.
And he also said
Maybe.
he got on his black side on this album.
He
said
got blacker.
blacker.
So in the context,
Like
is
visually?
artists like Post Malone have they came in, they embraced blackness to get in the game, and then they retreated to their whiteness to get more money and more fame.
Right.
Okay.
that
Right.
is the
MGK,
context. Yep.
Yellow Wolf. Who else?
Yeah.
So his music
Right.
sort of, he went,
He went more urban. He's saying,
Yes.
or more
Okay.
black
yes.
by making an R&B album.
Right.
Okay.
But
So-
like, what did he do to get blacker? Like, what was that process?
He went inside the
He went
Legs
to Electric
studio.
Lady.
Electric Legs.
He went inside the Electric
He
Lady
sang.
Legs.
Sound
He sang.
like a strip club.
He sang instead of rapped,
Yeah.
right? So
To be clear, he didn't do anything to be black. or
That's
be
what I'm
blacker.
saying. Like, what was his day to day like? Did he
He's
do black
performing.
shit?
He recorded.
He should have said more accurately, I'm performing blacker.
I don't
Right.
like that neither.
None of
Yeah,
it's
So he
that's-
good.
stepped more into his black side.
Wait, but ain't he all
Check,
white?
we might have to
He's-
check his blood. We might see. It might have.
7%
It
of
might.
DNA.
Do we
he
know?
might have. No, we don't.
We don't know. This
Because-
man might have some black in his family. He might.
Honestly, it doesn't matter. He's just making music. If he likes it, then make music that you like.
I want to
Yes.
hear it. I want to hear it.
Yes.
Can we play a song behind the scenes?
We could
see how
definitely
black
play-
he's gotten.
Can we get whiter?
Is he saying my nigga on here?
That's crazy.
I think that
I love
there's.
all
He
my
said
niggas.
Monica
I think there's a lot of black artists I want to hear sing
before you hear Jack
before I
Harlow.
hear Jack Harlow sing.
A lot of other.
Oh.
you said
The
white
music
artists.
might be good though. I haven't
No,
heard
I'm
it.
not gonna
Music
knock
could
the
be
music.
good.
I haven't heard it. I haven't
But
heard
I'm just
it.
not even curious.
But they're like, they've actually online, the internet.
Who's more concerned? Us, urban people, or his own people? Because most of the time it's like
Who
white.
knows
everybody
what the
knows?
internet looks like?
Who knows?
Yeah, the
That's
internet
a-
is a wild place, but they're calling him things like music snow child.
Yeah, that sounds like us.
Right.
Yeah, that's us. That's definitely us.
we killing them
As
right
black
now.
people-
It's us.
White people don't know music soul child for real, for real.
Right.
That's
Music
us.
White people
Snow
don't really
child.
beat each other down. They'll just just unfollow you quietly.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? We're gonna just leave him over there.
Deny your loan. Deny
Come
your
on,
loan at
come
the
on, guys,
bank.
pack up.
Yeah.
We're gonna leave Harlow.
Get the
Yeah,
fuck
but
out
I
of
mean,
here.
the names are funny, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen the names?
I've seen some of the names.
D'Anglo,
The
right?
Anglo-Saxon.
right?
Anglo-Saxon.
Most definitely not.
I heard Disingenuine.
Right,
I
there you
enjoyed
go.
that.
So I don't think he deserves that. I think that's a bit. All that is unfair.
the internet,
the name
though.
calling is unfair, but
It's
also
funny.
I'm just not interested enough to defend him
Right,
or come at him.
right.
What if he sing real well though?
Then that's cool. Then I'll hear it eventually.
So for you, it's just a quality thing.
Yeah.
It's
Because
just
I've had to talk about, we're going to talk about white artists. Justin Bieber, I love.
now Justin Bieber gets busy.
Right.
Yeah, he
and
got-
he never said anything like he's getting blacker. He
Blacker.
never
Because
said
he said
anything like
nigga.
that.
He just went straight to it.
He said nigga when he was a kid,
Yeah.
and
Did
you
he?
got it.
I missed
He
that.
did.
Oh, gosh.
He was on the stage with his drawers on
Yeah.
performing. He was
See, he went blacker.
See the problem.
Right.
This is the problem with kids
this
though
shit
is
hang on
that
the stage.
you grow up in front of the public. You make all your mistakes.
Early
So
on.
I think you give all of these people grace, and so I think Justin Bieber deserves grace for that for all that stuff.
Right.
But also he makes great music.
Justin Bieber makes great music. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
He's a performer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was butt naked in that last performance.
I can't say that Jack Harlow makes the type of music, at least that I've
Right.
so far. I got to give his album a listen, but and that's going to be I don't know when I'm gonna have time.
I
for
liked
that.
him as an actor in White Men Can't Jump, the remake.
You watched that?
I did.
That's him?
That's Jack Harlow. I thought he was a good. I thought he did a good job. Now, in terms of his music, I've never really paid attention to. His music
Yeah,
like
I
that.
haven't as
Yeah.
much.
I'm
either.
Vanilla Baby. You know that record.
Oh, so these are the
I
records
don't
that
like
you
no
Okay,
know.
let's
whips
go.
and chains and you can't tie me down.
down.
That's him?
Yeah.
He giving you love.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
black.
Yeah,
That guy's black.
that's him.
That's him.
See,
Right.
we go further
Yo,
closer
he's-
now.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know a couple
Okay.
of
I
his
gotta
records.
listen to that. I gotta
The
listen to
other
the
one
music.
with him and the baby, the remix. What was that
You be
one?
hanging out with the baby?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, he stepped into his black. Let him get on his dark
He
side.
got blacker.
My nigga. Yeah. I'm gonna
If
listen
he
to
comb
my
his
nigga.
hair
I'ma
and pick
listen
up a
to my
guitar,
nigga
he's still
tonight.
black.
Huh?
If he comb his hair and pick up a guitar, is he still black?
If he comb his hair, what?
No, and pick up a guitar. But he not black.
Yeah, Lil Wayne do that.
Yeah.
He ain't comb his hair,
He dreaded it and picked up a guitar.
Oh, if he
And
got dreads?
skateboards.
but he didn't play. He didn't play that guitar.
Who?
Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne.
You never played it?
No, you didn't see
probably
those
played it.
performances.
Nigga, he
When
played
picked
it.
up-
He played it on drugs in front of everybody.
He
played
did
that
not play the guitar. He picked it up and just stood
You
there
never
and
seen that
rapped.
man play a guitar?
He
Who,
didn't play
Lil
the
Wayne?
guitar. Yeah.
That man plays that guitar.
Yeah. He
I
ain't
think
just
he
buy
does.
it to not
I
play
think
it.
he does. I think he plays the guitar.
I don't think
Played
he
it.
does.
Anybody on drugs
He
could play
learned how to. He
guitar.
didn't buy the
I think he
skateboard, not to
did.
skate either. He skates too.
No, Lil Wayne skates for real.
No, he really
Yeah.
does.
And
He
plays
got
the
it.
guitar.
I could care less about the skates.
You don't like Lil Wayne?
No, Lil Wayne is cool.
Oh.
I just don't care enough.
Well,
You gotta
I
start
mean,
caring about some
I
things.
say it like this. I say it like this, man.
So
I've
litigation with
I've
him.
seen a lot of black artists tap into their white side in all types of ways. So I don't feel no way. I feel like we always get offensive. Look, see,
What is the white side?
when
'Cause
people
that's
go
black
to the white
too, brother.
side.
Because white is not a culture.
To you,
It's not.
to you,
White's not a culture, though?
No.
to you.
No, white is a thing. White is the
We're not
absence
white,
of
so we
culture.
can't
Oh,
say
but
it's
like,
not.
you like Irish is different.
Irish
and
is a
Italian
culture.
Is different,
Italian is
right.
a culture. German is a
Copy.
culture.
So he's singing. He's singing. But it's like R&B.
Cool.
Jack
Jack.
Harlow. That's what we're talking about. He's singing. He's tapping into his black side.
Singing R&B
So-
music, which is black
Black-
music.
black
Black is a
music.
culture. Black is the other that was created as
So
a result
Justin Timberlake
of.
is considered tapping into his black side.
I'm not into Justin Timberlake like that.
We
Justin
can't-
Bieber,
you know, I'm going to Target.
I've learned that
Buy some headphones.
we're all Bieber
know what?
fans.
right?
Right. What's the
I
nickname?
don't know. Justin Timberlake still hasn't come back from the Janet thing for me.
Wow.
Damn.
What?
Wow.
That city was 20 years ago.
I
Let
hold
that
grudges.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't even know who's playing that Super Bowl.
go. Yeah. It was man, look.
All
He
I know
lost
is
money on
Titty
that
and
shit.
Titty and
Yeah.
Timberlake. Titty
Wow.
and Timberlake.
Wow.
That's what
Yeah.
you gotta let that. Who's your favorite white, blackish person?
White, blackish person.
know what I'm talking about.
Michael McDonald.
Which one is that?
Doobie Brothers.
Damn.
I'm 50.
Yeah.
So I go back.
Bobby
What-
Caldwell,
Huh?
right?
Bobby
Caldwell.
Rod Temperton.
Oh.
Rod Temperton is classic.
All right, who's your favorite whitish black person that's not about to die? Like, give me somebody that I would
We
know.
said Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber.
Oh,
Nah,
okay.
mine is Eminem, man.
Ah,
Oh, no.
Eminem not up there for you?
That's
And
my
that
guy.
wraps the show. Thank you guys for watching.
Yeah.
We'll see you next
I'm
time.
not afraid.
Bye-bye.
This is great.